Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Mike Francesa podcast, part of the Bet Rivers network and the Francesa Five for week number 13, which is Thanksgiving week, big holiday week, big games abound. And before I get to the games, let me give you a couple of messages. First, the Mike Francesa newsletter. Sign up for the free, and that's the key word, free Mike Francesa newsletter. You get content and contests and all little goodies, especially at Christmas time, so you never know what they're going to put in your stocking. Go to the MikeFrancesAPodcast.com and sign up. And remember, absolutely free. Now, Bet Rivers players who place the same game parlay of at least $10 on any NFL or NCAA qualifying game will receive an entry into the weekly Squares game. And the Squares game's fun, and it makes, adds a little excitement to your day. Winning Squares can earn up to $50 bonus bets per entry. See the Bet Rivers app or website for full details. Now, big week. Obviously, three big games on Thanksgiving. The Friday, Black Friday game, Ohio State, Michigan on Saturday. And I feel compelled to pick that game every single year. And listen, the smart play is probably taking Michigan at home plus 10. But you know what? I can't. Let me make sure it is still uh, 10 this morning. I want to make sure I give you the updated odds just for a second. Let me take a peek and make sure that I am right, that I give you the updated. There's my college football. All right. There we go, right there. Let's see my Ohio State, Michigan. Um, Ohio State, Michigan will come in at 10. Okay. Now, Michigan at home, they've won 4 games in a row in the series. They can play fast and loose. This game won't really upset their season. It will be a season maker if they win it. Obviously, pressure all on Ohio State, all on the Ohio State head coach, who's looking for back to back national championships, looking to win a second national championship. You have to go back to the days of Woody Hayes to find the guys won multiple national championships at Ohio State. Guys who have had great runs there. Tressel and Urban Meyer didn't win 2 national championships at Ohio State. So we know what Day has done nationally, but we know what he hasn't done when it comes to the team or the school up north. He hasn't beaten them. He beat them his first time. He's lost 4 in a row, which is shameful. Hang your head in shame. Explain yourself. You're lucky you have a job. Fire him. If he loses this game, this coach, who is on the brink of a second straight national championship and who has the best team in America, there will be calls for his head from one end of Ohio to the other. You just hope it doesn't come from the one place where it matters. Now, clearly, Ohio State's the better team. That's why they're a 10-point favorite. They've had an undefeated season. They are ranked number 1. Their defense has not allowed 20 points in a game. 16 is the high. Only 2 teams have broken 10. This is a defense led now by a professional defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia. His first year, he's up for all the assistant awards because of that. Great, like he needs those. He's already got 3 Super Bowls. Who cares if he wins the Frank Broyles Award? No, I mean, listen, an award's an award. But the bottom line is they're loaded with defensive talent. 4 guys, probably first rounders this year, not just on the whole defense, on this edition coming out. Forget the offense for a second. The defense has got to dominate this game, has got to make this their game. And you say, wait a second, they only gave them 13 points last year. Fine. But they have to rule this game and then let the offense do what it does. And there's pressure. There's all kinds of talent at running back for Michigan, at running back for Ohio State. The talented young quarterbacks who are thrown in the pressure cooker of this game, trying to deal with the machinations of these 2 pro defensive coordinators, Wink Martindale and what he did last year back at Michigan, Matt Patricia now at Ohio State. I think this is the day that Ohio State and their head coach have waited for. We're not only going to win, we're going to make a statement. We are going to win and we're going to put our foot down. And if they don't, I will admit I'm wrong. And I'll tell you something. Should they get beat, it will be a very, very tough rest of the season, no matter what happens in the Big Ten, no matter what happens in the tournament. Ohio State can run roughshod over everybody, but if they've lost to Michigan, it's going to leave a hole in their heart the size of the Grand Canyon. And it would be 5 in a row for Day, who might find that very hard to live with. He found last year hard to live with. This year would be worse. So there is so much. I can't even describe the pressure on this Ohio State team, but I want to zero in for a second, not on the defense, which I expect huge things from, not on Patricia, not on the quarterback, not on the flashy young running back. I want to touch on Jeremiah Smith, of who so much is made, who has almost been in a holding pattern from the day he arrived in Columbus. We know all the money he makes. We know all the money he turns down not to transfer. We know the legend of Jeremiah Smith. Now it's time for him to make his presence felt in the game. Tate is a very talented receiver, just like all the great Ohio State receivers. He'll come right into the league and become a star like every other Ohio State receiver does. It's a conveyor belt. It's amazing what they've done. And they're obviously coming, and then a year later, Smith's coming. But this is not about Tate, who has the more serious injury. This is about Smith, and about Smith being above the other players, being regarded in a lot of circles as not just the best wide receiver, but the best player in college football. He hasn't done that because he hasn't had to do it. His numbers are fine. His his performance is fine. There's nothing to get on him about. Last year, though, yes, a touchdown, but 5 catches, 35 yards is not what we're talking about. This is not about 10-yard catches. This is about making the plays that win the game. And you want to be able to, if you are an Ohio State fan, you want to be able to sit and watch this game and say, they don't have a way to stop Smith. And you can say, oh, I can take any receiver away. Not every play. Not every play. And it's time for him to basically allow his greatness to have a mark on this of all the best every rivalry could ever dream of having. That's what this rivalry has. Every game is marked as a passage of time. Every game is discussed. There are no small Ohio State Michigan games. The passions just leak over and just spill over time and time again. I never forget one of my favorite quotes of all time. And I was fortunate enough in my life to meet Woody Hayes only once. Sat in ROTC building with him one of the years I was there. And he kind of held court for like an hour and a half. And he was as colorful and as crazy. And he was good to me because when I was introduced to him, he knew I worked with Ara Parseghian, who he loved. And so the bottom line is he started telling stories about football and then telling stories about great generals, which he always told. But when he got to football, he got to the school up north. And one of the years where he routed Michigan, they said to him, why'd you go for 2 at the end of the game? The game was a complete rout. He said, why'd I go for 2? Because I couldn't go for 3. That summed up the rivalry right there. Because I couldn't go for 3. I wanted to punish them as badly. There's no calling off the dogs in this game. There's no mercy shown in this game. There's no quarter shown in this game. If you can score, you score. If you can break 50, you break 50. Now, breaking 50 in this game is hard to do anytime, but if you can do it, you do it. You don't take a knee here. You pound your opponent into oblivion. That's what and that's what Ohio State, after 4 bitter years, and with a team this good and this much better than Michigan, has to do this year. Ohio State -10, game number 1. Now, 4 NFL games. Kansas City, a 3-point favorite over the Cowboys. I'm not yet a believer despite the 21-0 comeback. I do think Dallas will score points. I don't think they'll run the ball well on the Chiefs. I do think they'll have some success in the passing game, but I think the Chiefs will have more. I think the Chiefs win the game. Kansas City -3. And then I have 3 dogs for you. I'm taking Burrow and the Bengals +7 against the Ravens on Thanksgiving night to make it a very much a white knuckler, and I don't think a Bengal win would be a shock. Titans +6.5 as a home dog. They came from behind to cover last week. I think they'll do the same against the Jacksonville team, which struggles to put up points. Give me them. And then the Giants on Monday night. Pats are banged up. I think the Giants have shown some offensive life and will continue. They're getting 7.5. Give me the Giants. So Ohio State -10. Tomorrow on Thanksgiving, Chiefs -3 against the Cowboys. Bengals +7 in the nightcap on Thanksgiving. Titans +6.5 as a home dog against the Jaguars. And the Giants on Monday night +7.5. The Francesa Five for this holiday weekend. Enjoy, and enjoy some more. We'll see you.